Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my official NFL Top 10 Best Bets here for week number 7, where I give off my 10 favorite bets. Beginning with number 10, it is Las Vegas traveling to Chicago. Very likely we're expecting two backup quarterbacks, and that's why we've got the total sitting very low, 37.5. A lot of people got good value on this. When it was around 39, it's been bet down. But guys, I do still like the under 37.5. Two backups. You've got the backup quarterback for Chicago, a former undrafted rookie free agent from Shepherd University, and then with Las Vegas, Aiden O'Connell. He could be a decent cog, but he's still a rookie from Purdue, a late round pick. Give me the under. It's simply not low enough. 37, again, it is a low number, but realistically, this number should be about 35 or 34. This reminds me of the Minnesota-Iowa college football game that's taking place where they just cannot make the number low enough. So I also do like Las Vegas to win this game, just because I think they've got the better QB situation, and also Chicago is in kind of a tank type motivation. I'm not saying they're tanking, but that's got to be in the back of their mind where they're already 1-5. Justin Fields, again, we're expecting him to not play in this game. This is if he doesn't play. And again, he's not expected to play. Jimmy G, he's suffered injury after injury. He was taken to the hospital. It would be shocking if he played as well. I like Vegas minus the 3. They're still 3-3. Josh McDaniels kind of coaching for his job at this point. They could actually have a winning record with how bad they've been on offense after this week. I think Josh Jacobs has a huge fantasy day against a porous Bears run defense, and we do get the under still 37.5. Moving on to number 9, it is the big Sunday night football game. Miami traveling to Philly, possibly low 50s, high 40s. Miami, they're a warm weather team. They don't like this. Philadelphia, I think we've got phenomenal value with them only sitting minus 1.5. The ESPN FPI predictably has Miami as favorites. You can see 59% chance, and you might wonder, if you're not analytically savvy, why would Miami be favorites going on the road at a 5-1 team? It's because Miami is able to run up massive margins against bad teams, so the analytics love them, guys. But don't be fooled in a game like this. Philadelphia, they had a horrible loss. Jalen Hurts, he got it out of his system. He's back. He's at home. We've got basically a pick'em value on a team that made the Super Bowl last year and pretty much returned everyone. They've still got a great offense with A.J. Brown. Remember the thing with this Miami team. I can read them like a fiddle. I had them getting destroyed by Buffalo. They did, and now I have them losing this game. So I'm off of Miami this week. I'm on Philadelphia at home. The great value with both of these teams trending in opposite directions. It is the NFL. Expect the unexpected. The team that's trending down, which is Philadelphia, coming off of that shocking loss to the Jets, they will get back on track and win this game. Moving on to number 8, it is Pittsburgh traveling to the Rams. So the analytics, I actually think the over-under in this game is 44 right now. And the analytics with all of the injuries and the situation with the Steelers where they're really a defensive-minded team. Kenny Pickett has not been good. The under is a very solid play. I do like the Rams to win this game, but if we're sitting at an over-under, a 44 now, you could get a 23-20 game with the under hitting. The Rams are a team, they'll score some, but they certainly don't have an explosive offense, and they're dealing with injuries to Kyron Williams. The under analytically is a very sound play in this one, mainly held up by Pittsburgh, the way they play, Kenny Pickett not being very good. We're kind of hedging against that with him going on the road. Even though Pittsburgh is coming off a bye, I will take the under in that one. Moving on to number 7, it is Green Bay traveling to Denver, so this is definitely a correction game. I think Denver is better than their record. I know that sounds shocking, but let's remember something about this Denver team. They've got a long, they didn't play on Sunday. They played on Thursday, so they've got extra rest. I realize Green Bay had a bye last week, but Green Bay just quite frankly is not very good. They very easily could be 1-4 this year. I've got Denver winning this game outright plus the 1, basically a pick'em game. You can see ESPN FPI, Green Bay has a 57% chance to win. I like Denver. They shut down Mahomes on Thursday night. They've got a defense. I know the defense, it says they're historically bad. The numbers are not good. It's going to get better. It's due for positive regression. They're not horrifically bad. It's not like they've assembled this terrible defense. They will have a better game against Jordan Love. Russell Wilson, believe it or not, has been a little bit better this year than he was last year. His numbers are not terrible. I'll take Denver at home in a value play because they are 1-5 winning this game outright. Moving on to number 6, it is the Browns traveling to Indianapolis. So the Browns sitting -2. Certainly we would expect Deshaun Watson to be back for this game, you would hope. Otherwise, the Browns QB situation, even with the shocking win last week, is not good. So with Deshaun Watson very likely coming back, Anthony Richardson looks like he's going to be out for the year. They're going to continue to start Gardner Minshew. He's a solid veteran quarterback, but I'm still taking the Browns to win this game. They've just got such an amazing defense, and if they get Watson back, they're sitting at 3-2. They really need these wins. Also, the Colts are not nearly as good as their record. I think they finished the season probably 7-10, and they're going to fall to 3-4 in this one. The Browns on the road. There's another in terms of margin, very close game, almost to pick 'em. The Browns -2. That's beautiful because if they win by a field goal, you still get the cover. I will take them. And that one, you cross your fingers and hope that Deshaun Watson is going to play. But based off of the tea leaves, Deshaun Watson should be back for that one. Moving on to number 5, it is the Commanders traveling to East Rutherford to take on the Giants. So I have been awesome betting for the Commanders or against the Commanders. This week I'm against them. I'm taking New York to win this game outright. Daniel Jones possibly going to be back. Saquon Barkley back. They were sitting +15.5 on the road in Buffalo. They really showed some fight. They could have won that game. They were in it. Good defense. We know the Commanders are a very streaky team. Some weeks they haven't, some weeks they don't. This is a week they're going to lose. No way do the New York Giants, who are still playing for something, I mean, they gave Daniel Jones that big contract. No way are they going to fall to 1-6. At least I don't think they will. Although this could be a type of situation. Could you imagine if, like, Daniel Jones gets injured, the Commanders win this game, and then New York just says, screw it, we're just going to tank for Caleb Williams? I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen. That would take an injury, but I'm just saying it is interesting to think about. But Daniel Jones should be back for this game, and I will take the Giants to at least try and salvage their season and win this game to improve to 2-5 there. Moving on to number 4, it is Atlanta traveling to Tampa Bay. So I'm not going to overreact to Baker Mayfield's horrible performance. I think Tampa Bay has a better offense. They should win this game. I don't know if it's going to be easy, but I do like them to cover against a Falcons team who really ebbs and flows. They win some, they lose some. They have a quarterback that nobody can trust. They have zero passing game. Tampa Bay has the more talented team. They're at home, and you're getting them at a bit of a discount considering how bad Tampa looked last week coming off a bye. Only the 6 points, but it really was like an aberration, horrible performance by Baker Mayfield. I do not expect him to be that bad. If he was even just average last week, that would have been a very close game. He missed several deep passes to wide open receivers. They've got Mike Evans, they've got Chris Godwin, and I've got them winning this game by over 2.5 points. Moving on to number 3, this is the Thursday night game. It is the Jaguars traveling to New Orleans, and we do love the under in this one. So the over-under is plummeting. It's down to 41.5. Mainly because looks like Trevor Lawrence probably not going to play considering the Jaguars standing right now in the AFC South. You want to give Lawrence time to rest, give him a long off week. And even if you lose this game against a New Orleans team who does have a good defense, you're still sitting 4-3 in an easy division. You don't want to risk Trevor Lawrence's health if you don't have to, but there is speculation. I am making this pick off of the fact that Trevor Lawrence should not play. If he doesn't, I think we do get a pretty easy under, although I do have this game at 23-17. I don't know if New Orleans is going to score that much. New Orleans this year really has been a defensive-minded team. Very little offense, a lot of field goals. I do like them winning this game and covering the spread because probably I think C.J. Beathard will be starting for Jacksonville. Moving on to number 2, it is Buffalo traveling to New England to take on the Patriots, and I just can't do it anymore with the Patriots. I'm going in on Buffalo minus the 8.5. You know, it was a real letdown what happened with Buffalo. I came out last week and I said, I think Buffalo was minus 14 at the time. I said they're an auto lock. Oh my God, it's a blowout. They ended up, closing like minus 16 in that Sunday night game, and they just had no offense. They end up winning, kind of getting bailed out there at the end. I think they're going to be pissed off. They're going to go into New England and just crush. Well, I don't know if I'd say crush, considering I have it as a 10-point game, but I do think they'll cover the 8.5. There's a lot of public on Buffalo to cover this spread. Could be good news, could be bad news. Public is sometimes right, they're sometimes wrong. I don't know. I do like Buffalo, though. I can't trust New England to keep this game close based on how bad their offense is and their lack of receivers and the lack of confidence that it looks like Mac Jones has currently. And then moving on to number one, it is a interdivision matchup. The Chargers traveling to Kansas City, and I guess this is my upset pick of the week. It seems to always happen every year with the Chiefs. They're already 5-1. The Chargers sitting with a losing record coming off that Monday night loss to Dallas. They are desperate in this game. I think they win this game outright. The Chiefs always have a loss like this in October at home, or at least it seems like they do. And even ESPN FPI only gives Kansas City around a 67% chance to win. So they think this is going to be like a 3-point game. There's value possibly on the Chargers in this one. And again, I just think the Chiefs can afford to lose this game and still be perfectly fine at 5-2. They're not going to finish the regular season with 1 loss or 2 losses or 3 losses. This is not like a powerhouse Chiefs team. They have clear deficiencies. They're not going to win the Super Bowl this year. And I mean, I'm sure they're going to make the playoffs, win their division, but this is a game the Chargers desperately need. And this is one of those games where everyone will think, la-di-da-di-da, Kansas City will win easily, and people will be very surprised when it'll be like a Justin Herbert 400 passing yards type game, Keenan Allen maybe 2 touchdowns. They will end up winning in a surprise upset. Either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on X. Link to that's always in the description.